Hey guys, and this is your public service announcement that as of the latest snapshot, we are now able to edit gravity for individual entities. So in the past, there was a technique that used the slow falling and levitation combined and used a whole bunch of commands, did a lot of crazy stuff, and it allowed you to have somewhat of an anti-gravity that was a little bit buggy. Now we have perfect anti-gravity without really any commands, and it comes in the form of an attribute, which you can apply to any entity, which is awesome. So you can choose who you want this to apply to. The attribute is generic.gravity, and it kind of goes with the kind of theme of the latest snapshot news, which I believe is for 1.21. Which kind of goes around this idea of adding a whole bunch of attributes for the sake of customization. So we got stuff like the scale attribute and the attack range attribute, and now we have ones relating to gravity this week. And so we have gravity, which we can set to 0.08 for the default gravity. So if we're on Earth, we're going to have that default gravity, but we can obviously change that when we take the players to the moon if we're making some kind of a map, and we just reduce the gravity by whatever factor you think is realistic or feels good. And so here we are with our anti-gravity. Woo! Or, well, not anti-gravity, but reduced gravity. And so we can also make the value larger than Earth. And so if we're on a planet like Jupiter over here, then I can go ahead and turn the gravity way up to something like 0.5. And now when I jump, I just slam to the ground fast. And of course, you may want to also mess with the fall damage players incur, because when you increase the gravity, they may actually have a much higher fall damage or something based on the acceleration time, or maybe it's less fall damage because you're accelerating for a smaller amount of time. And so they added a few more parameters to go with the gravity, such as the fall damage multiplier, which affects how much fall damage you get. And we can see what it is by default. It is 1. But what you can do is you can raise that up to 2, which makes people take double the fall damage. We also have the safe fall distance. And so this is the distance you're allowed to fall before you start taking damage. Now, of course, these two stats attributes work perfectly well with the gravity so that we can reduce the gravity by a factor of 8. And then increase the fall distance to something much higher. So if I just have a reduced gravity and I jump, I am going to always take fall damage, which is not great. So if I jump, I am able to jump up about 6 blocks. So if I make it high enough, then if I just do normal jumps in this low gravity, I won't take damage unless I jump actually really far in this gravity, in which case I will take damage. And you might want to change the base multiplier for fall damage if you're in lower gravity to be lower, because obviously you are falling towards the ground at a slower rate. So here's kind of a cool concept you can do for a parkour type design. So you can have certain sections where your gravity is lower. So here my gravity is very low, but then you can also have sections where your gravity gets turned up. So as I fall over that region, I'm going to increase my gravity. So let's just go for this run. And if I jump right now, I do not make the jump. Then boom, I make it onto the platform. So you can use this to make some really interesting parkour concepts where you change gravity mid-flight, or you just have different areas with different gravity settings. But anyways, that's it for this time, guys. Hopefully you maybe got some inspiration or ideas from learning this new attribute, and hopefully they keep making cool updates like this in the future. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.